and welcome to another episode of Chantel's Convo Corner. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys had a great full moon, which was yesterday. It was full moon in Leo. And if you're new here, my big three, I am a Sagittarius sun. Shout out to my Sagittarians. I am a Capricorn rising, and I am a Leo moon. So, this full moon that we just had, I won't lie, it is throwing me for a doozy. Okay? We done talked about spiritual awakenings and how uncomfortable that shit can feel. Let me tell you how uncomfortable this full moon has been. I feel like, for myself personally, this full moon is causing me to be authentically Chantel. Unapologetically. And I mean, no apologies. Um, I'm more in tune to my feelings. I am realizing that no matter how much work you can do with a certain individual or individuals, it's always a good thing to have your boundaries still in place. Um, I've always kind of worked with boundaries with certain people, and over the last 2 years, confirmation got an email. Okay, hey, Spirit, telling me to keep going. Okay. I have been nervous and uneasy about recording this video because I am one to protect a lot of people's feelings. I always want people to feel good. I know people make mistakes, the whole shebang. However, I'm realizing that the more that I try to suppress my feelings about my own trauma, it hurts me more than it helps me. So I have been trying to figure out how to tell this story in ways of like where y'all don't catch on that it's me. Because, like I said, I never want to make anybody look bad. But at the same time, this is my channel. This is my therapy. This is how I choose to heal, which is telling my story unapologetically to you, my subscribers, my friends, my family, whoever is here, because I don't vocalize a lot of how I feel. Um, so I was like, oh my God, I've healed a lot. So is this part of my healing journey? Like, am I supposed to have like these thoughts and these feelings about stuff when time has passed? I'm realizing if something crosses your mind or crosses your heart and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you haven't dealt with that. You haven't said, sorry, this wig, it's just my neck. Um, you haven't really dealt with things, or maybe you kind of push things to the side, or like black folks say, maybe y'all say it too, but when you sweep shit underneath the rug and then underneath the rug or the mat is a whole bunch of dust and dirt, that's what happens. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fucking start because I don't know how else to. All right, so if you guys are new here, welcome. Scroll back to the old video so you can kind of catch up, but I'll just give you a short little tidbit about me. I suffer from PTSD that came from a prior relationship. Also, I do have some childhood trauma just from things that I have witnessed or been a part of. I am a single mother. Well, not single because I do have a partner, but when I say single, I mean in the fact of I don't have another co parent, if that makes any sense. Um, and yeah, I have anxiety. They sometimes try to say that I have something called rage anger. If you guys want to go ahead and go on Google and type that in, you can. But basically, how they explained it to me is my temper can go 0 to like not 100, but more to like 600 in like 50 seconds or less. Meaning, when something triggers me to make me upset, like how I'm looking and I can see myself on this little camera screen, whatever, this video screen. When something makes me upset, all of this is blurred by like the color red. Um, and all I see is the word go, 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 go. Um, and then I just start firing off. And usually when that happens, I'm hurt in some type of way, or something just didn't feel right that was done towards me. So my automatic response is kind of like a fight or flight, but it's more of, I'm gonna cut you where the fuck it's gonna hurt, and I will watch you leak if I have to. So that way you know not to ever cross me again, right? I've always kind of been that way, but I just thought it was just me with attitude, like, just don't fuck with me. Now, in all honesty, do I think that's real? No, because my doctor ain't never talked about it ever again. Um, and I will go ahead in this video and I'll tell you guys how I got diagnosed with rage anger. That's what they call it. So, a couple years ago, maybe in 2018 or so, I suffered a miscarriage. First miscarriage of my adult life, my whole life. Didn't know what I was experiencing. It was like traumatic. It was one of the most traumatic things I had ever dealt with in my life. And I think what made it worse was that my partner and I had just found out we were expecting, and then literally like the end of the week, it was no longer good. So that really threw me like for a whole fucking like 360, 480, however the fuck you can go. That's what it did to me. I was drinking sun up to sundown. When I say sun up, I mean I wouldn't even open my curtains for the sun to come in, because it was like, oh gosh, another day that I have to be on this earth dealing with whatever the fuck I'm dealing with, okay? My kids would be running amok. I would sleep all day. All day. All day. I would get up to go to the bathroom. I would get up to maybe pop open my Bud Light Platinum or my Angry Orchard. It was a time. It was a real time. My partner and I were arguing a whole lot. A whole lot. It was just rough. Of course, we're both dealing with the loss, and it was a hard time. So, of course, with sorry, I feel the emotions, and I'm telling them, wait a minute, I still got a lot of shit to talk about. So, I've always had this issue with tones. Like, you can say anything to me just about, but it always depends on your tone. Now, some people don't understand what tones are. I can't dumb it down for you. If you don't know how your tone come off to people, or what somebody tone means, I can't help you. But what I don't like is somebody with a tone of like thinking you're my boss and you telling me to do something. I can't be bossed. Like, if you gonna talk to me, you gonna talk to me with respect. I mean, I want to hear happy smiles when you fucking talk to me. Even if you trying to talk shit. Talk shit in your right fucking mind and right tone. Because we can go from talking to squabbling real quick. And y'all know. Yeah, I'm not lying. So, we were going through a rough time. And when I tell you guys my depression took off like a fucking rocket, that bitch took the fuck off and flew up into the fucking outer space. And I don't think that bitch ever came back. I'm happy she never came back. She be trying to pop down here and back to earth. Sometimes I'm like, ah, bitch, stay up there. But yeah, my depression, that shit just took off, and it was to a point where I was literally physically fighting people who loved me. Okay, I was saying some of the most hurtful things that I think my tongue done ever like spewed. Okay, um, I was damaging property that did not belong to me, which could have had me in jail. Okay. I was openly and willingly threatening and inviting everybody, if you have a problem, what's up? What you gonna do? Like I was spiraling. It was motherfucking bad. It was bad, okay? But this was years ago, y'all. Years ago. And I really wasn't being my true authentic self. Like I wasn't speaking up for myself. I almost kind of had this facade of how Chantel is supposed to be. Like cute little long wig, you know, working at her DOD job, you know, doing all that good shit. Inside, I feel like this one was always in there like, bitch, be yourself. You know you don't want to work at these jobs. You know you don't want nobody telling you what the fuck to do. You know what you want to do, so you might as well just go ahead and do it. Okay? Anybody who say, oh, but you still got to make money, you still got to pay the bills. I know that. But what I'm telling y'all is that Chantel, who y'all think she was, that wasn't her. She was growing. She was like a baby. Now Chantel, this one, she grown. She hella grown. And she uses her voice all the time. And a lot of people don't like it. And guess what? I don't like you. So if you don't like what I got to say, you definitely could skit, scat, and gone. Okay? Please do. So, back then, I was going through a really hard time. Like I said, and all that other bullshit. Who is supposed to be there for you when your life is fucking turned upside down? Hold on, I'm trying to see how long this video is. Okay, I'm only at 13 minutes. I'm doing pretty damn good. Okay. So, I was always taught that when you are going through rough patches, you're supposed to be able to fall back on your family, okay? Now, I have always felt like I was the outcast, the different one. I don't really know how to put it. I just always felt like my family's energy towards me was like, this girl is either crazy or she's off her rocker or what. I have never really felt like I really belonged in that atmosphere. And don't take this out of context. I love my family. I only got motherfucking one. I love them. But when I tell y'all I am definitely different than the rest of the bunch, I definitely am. Okay? So, going through all of that shit, the only people that I was able to really fall back on and who had my back, wait for it, were my 3 aunts. Y'all heard me. My 3 aunts. Okay? I have 3. Okay? My mom has 3 sisters. There's 4 of them. Y'all, when I sit here and tell you, when my partner didn't know how to calm me down because I'm running around my house punching holes in walls. Matter of fact, there's one back there. And he don't know what to do. He couldn't even call my mama. He couldn't call my sister. He had to call my aunt. My aunt. To come over here to wrangle me in. It's almost like seeing my family is my calm. The only other person who could get me to simmer down, like, you know, when a pot of water is like boiling, like overboiling, like them bubbles is hella fucking big. When my attitude and anger is bubbling like that, the only person who could ever simmer me down was my mom. We gonna get to this. Y'all know she's still alive and well, y'all. She's still, wait, don't think nothing bad. She's still here. But we gonna get to that. So like I said, it was my aunt. That's when my partner and my aunt and myself decided that I needed to be put into intensive outpatient therapy. And I did not disagree because I knew I was spiraling because everything made me fucking mad. The sun coming out made me mad. The dog barking next door made me fucking mad. The fact that my Bud Light Platinums weren't cold made me mad. It was just bad. So I started going to therapy. And I will say this, and I stand by this 1,000,000,000%. Don't let nobody tell you that therapy is for crazy people. Okay? Because if that's the case, there's a lot of crazy motherfuckers walking around here that look like they're not crazy. And I'm going to tell y'all because some of the people who was in my group, trust me, they up there. Doctors, therapists, they're normal people who are in therapy, just like you and I. So I'm just here to tell y'all, if you need somebody to talk to, if you are ever feeling super anxious to where your anxiety will not come down, if you are having suicidal thoughts, if you are in a depressive state, the one thing I want to tell y'all is to get help. I'm telling you, those thoughts, they come and go. Yeah, they come and go. They come and go. But if you don't let people know you need help, and if you don't go and get the help, they're going to keep coming. And then they become more frequent to where it almost becomes uncontrollable. Okay? So I am a huge advocate for counseling and therapy. I don't care if it's family counseling or therapy, individual, couple, parents and kids, just kids, whatever. If you need it, don't ask people, what do you think about counseling? What do you think about therapy? Because everybody gonna have their own feelings about therapy and talking about your life. Baby, if I had a running vehicle, I would still be in IOP. When I tell you guys, therapy literally saved my life, it did. One, because I needed to be around like-minded people who were there in this group for the same reason, meaning depression and anxiety and or PTSD. So when I started going to IOP, of course they do all these screenings and you guys talk and things like that. That is when I really realized that we are all so similar. A lot of our backstories are so much alike that we wouldn't even know. And I think it's because society has made us feel like we're all different. Nah, Becky might have those problems, but Keisha over there, Keisha ain't got that problem. Oh, Ling over there, Ling's a doctor. Ling ain't got no depression. Okay. So I'm just here to let y'all know, all forms, all walks of life, all sexes, all religions, all of it. Okay. I can tell you another thing. I met so many good people and kind people that I still keep in contact with today that are still doing good. Some of them still go to counseling, some don't. Some do their own activities. Like for me, because I don't have a vehicle to get to the actual IOP, which in all honesty, they might have me just do regular counseling because I am in a better place mentally. But it's always a continuous job. It's always continuous work. So I'll never, ever, ever be done with therapy, I don't think, because I think it's a tool that a lot of people can utilize in their day-to-day life, whether it's daily or weekly. But that's just me because it's done a lot for me. So shout out to Vacaville, Kaiser, Miss Callista. You are great. Thank you for all that you do for the community. Um, so when I was going to counseling, and we're all telling our stories, we're all just listening and being there for each other, comforting each other. The first, because I was going twice a week, it was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sorry, y'all, this protein shake is, excuse me. Usually I do vanilla, but they only had chocolate cold, so I had to get chocolate. Hopefully y'all can see that. It's good, Fairlife Core. But anyway, I was going 2 days a week, which was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And my first maybe 3 sessions, I didn't want to talk. And we used to have to do this thing where you would have to close your eyes and like meditate. Because I had an issue with trust, I could not close my eyes. I would not close my eyes because I needed to watch everybody who was in this circle, you know? So I met one of the therapists who was there. She was a woman of color, and I don't know why, but for some reason, it took for me to speak to her privately in order for me to know it was okay to open up in therapy. I know y'all like, what? It's crazy, and I can't say it's all black. I can't say that. But what I will say, my growing up, my story, I was always told what goes on in this house stays in this house. It don't matter what it is. You don't say nothing. You don't, not a word, bird, nothing. And I was subjected to a lot of things that did shape me as to who I am. Which is probably why if I ever think you're going to try to put your hands on me, we're going to fight. That's just it. We're going to fight. But I was always raised that counseling was for, and look, y'all, I respect everybody. But I was always told counseling ain't for black people. It's for white people because white people got the issues. And y'all, I don't believe this. I'm just telling y'all my story, okay, what I was told. And that you don't really want to tell the white man anything because they don't care about you. They just want to put you on crazy pills. They just want to put you in jail. They want to put your kids in the system. They want to do this. They want to do that. That's what I thought. So when I spoke to the other therapist and I told her, because she asked me why I wasn't participating. And I told her, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not supposed to because I didn't want to throw anybody under the bus. Long story short, I ended up participating and confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. I started participating and I started telling my truth. And I realized when I started opening up about traumas that I had experienced, whether it was as a kid or as a teenager or even as an adult, I realized that I wasn't alone and that it's okay. And that there's no need to be ashamed. Nobody is perfect. And you have to do what you feel is going to make you better, basically. So that was years ago, 2018. So during that time, my sister was upset with me because she was expecting my youngest niece, and they were having either a baby shower or a gender reveal. I can't really remember. And I couldn't make it because that was the day that I was admitted. And it was just a bad day. And I'll never forget she was upset because I couldn't make whatever function it was, whether it was gender reveal or baby shower, like I said. And although I didn't see how selfish it was then, it was like, but I've been there for X, Y, and Z, like so many other things, like so many other things I've been there for. This is one time in my life where I was actually battling something, like battling for my life, like, and the fact that that was not hers or my mother's concern really did something to me. It made me feel like I was inferior because I had this issue going on and I felt like it was inconvenient. It was like, oh, Chantel got this going on, got this. But when I tell y'all, not either one of them reached out during that time that I was going through it. They didn't. Only ones that was there, and I will always hold on to this, was my aunts. And, you know, that was a very rough fucking time. And my partner, Bobby. Shout out to you, too. And my kids. So, went through the whole IOP, got through all that, you know, and I really started just living my best life, you know. Shit was good. So, we're going to fast forward to a couple years later, a couple years ago. I can't really tell you whether it was 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. I don't know. I've lost fucking count. But it was a couple years back, and my family had like this little, well, it wasn't little, but we had like this little squabble, you know, a little disagreement. But when I say we, let me clarify. It had nothing to do with my black ass. It had absolutely nothing to do with me for once. The one who was usually the center of fucking bullshit, I didn't, Chantel is out the way. Woo-hoo! So I was fucking excited. So, again with the conversations. They telling me, gone. Okay, so, there was this disagreement, and it fractured. I mean, when I say it fractured, it, half of the family, basically, I will say it like this. You can't really bite the hand that feeds you when you need to be fed. Okay? A closed mouth don't get fed. If something bothers you, I think you're supposed to say what bothers you, right? That's my issue. I say too much about shit that bothers me. Maybe that's why people always think a bitch is complaining, but call it what you want, because I'm going to keep doing it. But, long story short, I could understand both sides of this issue, okay? Now, the two sides was my mama and my sister. And then on the other side was the rest, my extended. And y'all can go ahead and put all the extended aunts, cousins, all the other shit on the other side. Okay? Now, in the midst of all this shit happening, like I said, this was a couple years back. Can't pinpoint it. I gotta hurry up and get through this topic real quick because I can feel my eyes watering. I'm not gonna do it. So in the midst of this time, one of my younger cousins was diagnosed with lupus. So she was, you know, we had things going on, and, you know, we was just all trying to be good, right? Everything was, you know, trying to be okay. So, we're all dealing with that, you know, finding our way. Then this thing happens, right? Now, I'm not going to go into detail because it's not my business, because like I said, it ain't got shit to do with me. And when I tell y'all, it had, Chantel and her kids had nothing to do with it, I'm just like, the fuck are we? Casualties of fucking war? Shit. So, basically, I truly truly believe because I did not choose the side of my immediate family. And when I say immediate, I mean my mom, my sister, my kids. That's my immediate. Because I didn't choose my immediate side of the families, you know, how they felt, I felt like I had a target on my back already. Like, for real? Like, because I was always told growing up, it's always mom and her girls, which was my mom and myself and my sister. So it was always us three. It was always us three. My dad was in and out, up and down, side to side, however you want to put it. But it was always the three of us. But this situation, so much had transpired in the years prior. Like I just told y'all, I had my episode with depression, anxiety, PTSD, counseling, all that, where they were crickets. Nobody checked in on me. No nothing. Nobody ever apologized for leaving me to the side when I was fighting for my life. Nothing. I just took it upon myself to take it as a loss, take it for what it was, heal, and move on, and keep people where they at. So, because I chose to stay neutral and the whole shit, my mom and sister literally, when I tell y'all, they literally stopped speaking to me. I'm not lying. And y'all can look at my face. I ain't playing with you. Now, if this has always been mom and her girls, and y'all know I once was like quick to fucking pop off and shit, especially when somebody came for my mom or my sister or whatever, because I was raised to, it's just, But what happened? What happened? It really felt like because I made my own decision, because like I said, I could see both sides of the situation. So I was like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. My mom and sister just completely shut myself and my daughters out. And I there's no lies, there's no nothing. I mean, no calls. This happened right before the holidays, whatever year this was. And I was told, oh no, have a good holiday. We ain't gonna be there. Some. I was like, what? Like it really caught me off guard. I never, ever, ever would have thought in my wildest dreams that the lady who birthed me and the sister that I did my best to protect literally threw me to the side of the street like I was a hoe or a fucking hobo that they just used for an hour. All because I would not cut the other side of my family off. How in the hell would I do something like that when I was struggling? Mom, sis, y'all wasn't there. My family was. That shit that I still keep in the back of my head all the time. Like, just because I'm moving forward doesn't mean I don't fucking keep score. Doesn't mean I don't have a fucking ledger and I know who was there for me really when I needed it and who the fuck wasn't. I could play nice with anybody, but I remember shit. So that whole thing happens. I ain't talked to my mom or sister, nothing. And that went on for like a year, I think. So we're going to fast forward to my cousin passing. When that happened, that was just rough. That was really, really rough. And having to like connect it, how do I want to put this? I hated the fact that we were all reconnecting because of this circumstance. But I knew it was because of the circumstance. So that happens, and we're all still doing the best we can. Holidays have come. Families gotten together and do shit all the time. I can't. I don't know if this is me just putting my boundaries back up. Like, I don't really care anymore as to how I am perceived or what people might think of my story. I'm no longer protecting people because I realize the more that I protect people, it hurts me. And those people that I tend to want to protect have hurt me and have never said sorry for that or acknowledged that. And I thought that it didn't really bother me up until late. And that's okay. It's okay. Sorry, I was sitting on my leg and my knee was like, bitch, move. So, you know, family hangs out and all that stuff. And the one thing that I keep being told is, Chantel, life is short. Chantel, life is short. Chantel, life is short. Don't you fucking think I know that? I do. Trust me, I fucking know that. I had a miscarriage. That happened. Okay, life is short. My cousin Bria had a short battle with lupus. Life is short. I know. But what I can't do anymore, and I think that's what my heart and my soul is guiding me to now, is just my truth. And I won't be fake. I can't do it. Confirmation again. Go ahead, spirit. So I'm just not holding back anymore. The reason why I don't really come around to functions is because I don't want to function at the functions. I can't be fake at the functions. I think too much has happened to just me. I'm just speaking for myself. Too much has happened to where I cannot just be fake. I can't act like everything is okay just because that's what everybody wants to do now. No. No. I'm not ready. And that's okay. I'm not ready to forgive certain people, places, and things. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on how to communicate. I'm still working on how to be strong. I'm still learning how do I want to put this? I'm learning how to move accordingly, I guess is where I'm getting at. Sometimes the way that your family starts might not be the way your family ends. And I can say that I'm okay with that. I think I was really afraid of losing what I had, you know, and I'm okay with rebuilding and standing in my truth and my feelings and just knowing that I can love a lot of people, but I'm going to love you from afar. When my heart is ready, when my spirit is ready, I'll be back. But for now, I'm just focusing on Chantel and my family, which is my partner and my kids, and building my brand and making sure I stay healthy in all areas. That's physically, mentally, and emotionally. And what that means is falling back, you know, reevaluating. And that's really what I've been doing this last month or so. So, yeah, this isn't to make anybody feel bad or to look bad or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not ready to heal my family aspect just yet. And I think that's okay. And I think too, really, when you find yourself going through a very hard, oh, my knee. My mom definitely gave me that on my right knee. um, I think sometimes we really reflect when we are going through a hard time or a difficult time. You reflect on who's been there, who wasn't, who will be, who you can count on, and who you can't. And I realize I have to work hard. And being this vulnerable with y'all and like this is new to me. And I hope you guys just stay with me on this and be patient. I'm working on all this background shit to make it more elegant. But this is really part of my healing, my journey, and this is my therapy. Um and it does a lot of good for me. And I hope that it resonates with someone. So just know, if you have had to step back from your family for whatever reasons you needed to for yourself, you owe no one any explanations. What you owe yourself happiness, calmness, love, and healing. So, with that being said, you guys continue to be unapologetically you. Spread kindness, spread love, give back, do what you can do to make somebody smile or to make this world a better place. Because there are a lot of people who need it. And just be kind, because a lot of people are going through a lot of shit. Whether it's shit with deportation, oh shit with your job. I know they take in the federal job, so I'm happy I'm not with DOD anymore. Travis Air Force Base, I'm happy I'm not there. You know, like, there's just a lot of shit going on in people's lives. So, if there's anything, I always ask y'all to like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. I always ask y'all to do that. Always. But today, what I want to ask you guys is to just give love, give kindness, give somebody a smile. If you see somebody who looks like they might need a hug, ask them before you do it, but just ask, are you okay? Sometimes if you just smile at somebody, you never know how much that could change somebody, because I've been told that. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I don't know what the hell I'm getting ready to do next. But I'm proud of myself. I got through this shit. So I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of Chantel's Convo Corner here on YouTube. And y'all know I'm going to tell you, hopefully you going to like, subscribe, and comment to my motherfucking channel. And I'll see y'all on the next video. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great, I think today's Thursday. Yeah, and if you live where I live, make sure you have your umbrella because it's raining. It's storming. Okay, I love y'all. Bye.